Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, today with Pillar Lowe's Tabletop Games, with a game I've played many times and never run before until now. Battlestar Galactica, the board game. There are two sides to this game. The human side, which is trying to reach Kobol and then make one last jump to win. Or the Cylon side, which wants the humans to lose by either destroying Galactica, running them out of a critical resource, or putting Centurions on board and having them kill everybody. As part of the setup for the game, the skill decks will be shuffled. Two of each card will make an initial Destiny deck. The Crisis deck will be shuffled. The Destination and Quorum decks will be shuffled. Each player will take a character of a certain type. They can either take one of the most plentiful types available between pilots, political leaders, military leaders, or they can take the support character. There's only one. But regardless of what everyone else has chosen, you can always take the support character. The idea is to have a balanced group that can access the entire spectrum of action cards to deal with the various crises that will happen. The character will start on their listed location, if they start on the board at all. Everyone but the starting player will start with 3 skill cards from their skill set, which will be used to deal with the crisis cards or otherwise take actions or affect things that are happening. Like evasive maneuvers helps with piloting Vipers to avoid getting hit. And then the all-important thing that needs to be set up after everyone has their characters is setting up the loyalty deck. There will be a number of You Are Not a Cylon cards, but there will be at the very least one You Are a Cylon card. Each You Are a Cylon card lets you do one thing when you reveal to hurt the humans in some way, as long as you're not in the brig. It is very important during the time that the loyalty cards are initially dealt out not to let it slip too easily that you are a Cylon. Our group had to make a rule just for me screwing this up that badly. After the initial loyalty cards are dealt, the You Are a Sympathizer card will be shuffled into the remaining deck for later in the game. Either a human siding with the Cylons because the humans are doing too well, or a Cylon siding with the humans because they kind of feel bad for hurting them some way. There will be some ships set up as well, a Basestar and some Raiders, a couple of Vipers, and some civilian ships. And with that, the start player will take their turn. At the start of your turn, you will take your skill cards based on your list right there in the middle with your picture. So Terrell starts with 1 politics, 2 leadership, and 2 engineering. In addition to having access to skill cards, your character has a recurring ability. So, Maintenance Engineer. During your turn, after you use a repair skill card, which will come from engineering, you may take another action once per turn. A once per game ability. So, after cards have been added to a skill check, but before revealing them, You may choose a skill type. All cards of the chosen type are considered strength 0. It's a way to try to cut down on any sabotage that might screw a crisis over, or have a crisis that screws the players over. And then each character has one drawback. So normal hand size of 10 for anyone else. Maximum hand size of 8 for Galactica. So you'll get your cards, and then you can move. You can move from your current location to any other location. You can move to Colonial 1 or from Colonial 1 Galactica by discarding a skill card. Wherever you end up, let's see. You then have the option to take an action. For example, weapons control. Attack one Cylon ship with Galactica. It's a surefire way to make people think that you're not a Cylon. So, in order to make an attack, you will roll a die. Depending on what your target is, you'll need certain numbers. So, the basic enemy Viper is destroyed on a 3 or more. So, there. One less Viper to worry about. Or not Viper, Raider. Is it Raider? I was still down about remembering what ship is called what. Yeah, it's called Raider. Alright. A heavy Raider takes a 7 or more. A Centurion on board, if you're using the armory, also takes a 7 or more. The Basestar, if you're shooting it with a Viper, it takes an 8. If you're shooting it with Galactica, it takes a 5. If you're the Admiral using their nuke, you'll be doing anywhere from damage to destroying it. After you've taken your action, there will be a crisis step. Oh, that's the other thing. If not the action at the location, you can play an action card from your hand. For example, Consolidate Power is an action. You draw 2 skill cards of any types regardless of your skill set. It's a way to kind of mess with the odds on a crisis. When a crisis happens. Yeah, after you do your action, there'll be a crisis card. So it'll come with a number at the top left, the colors on the left side, and certain things that'll happen. So, whoever reveals that crisis, starting with the player to their left, but first taking 2 cards from the Destiny deck. Starting with that player, they'll add any number of cards to the test. Every card of a matching color will be a positive. Every card of a non-matching color is a negative. If everyone else plays no cards and leaves it to the remaining player to play cards, and they play a negative card, and the other 2 Destiny cards happen to be negative, that's how you know they're Cylon. Or Rosalind's not good at the skills needed to deal with the Cylon virus, so she's not adding anything. Dom is probably going to throw in a big number, try to help. And then Chiro's going to throw something in. Leave a mystery. Those cards will then be taken out of sight and shuffled, so nobody can know who played what cards. without some serious deduction. And we'll sort the cards. Someone sabotaged. It'll take the cards that match the skill type as a positive number, so 6. And the cards that don't match as a negative number, so -9. For a -3. So that's a failure. It'll resolve the failure effect. All characters in the FTL control location are sent to sickbay. Oops. And place one Centurion marker at the start of the boarding party track. While characters are in the sickbay, they can only move one. They only draw one skill card during receive skills step, but at least they can move out of there. And now there's a Centurion on board. Regardless of how the crisis card turns out, if there's any Cylon ship activations on the bottom left, those will happen. So for this symbol, the Basestar launches 3 new raiders. Raiders have a hard limit. Once they're all on the board, no more can be played until they get destroyed. Oh yeah, after the crisis, any cards will be properly discarded for later. If a deck runs out, these cards are reshuffled. If the Destiny deck runs out, 2 cards of each deck will be taken and shuffled into a new Destiny deck. Alright. Other things that can pop up with the activations from the crisis cards. Raiders can activate. A little Raider symbol. So, first off, if there's a Viper in its area, it will try to shoot down the Viper. A Viper is damaged on a 5 to 7 or destroyed on an 8. Damaged Vipers go here and they can be repaired. Destroyed Vipers are gone forever. Do not run out of your ships to fight back. If there is no Viper to fight against, it will destroy a civilian ship in this area. So if this Raider gets over here, it'll destroy that civilian ship and reduce those resources. So fuel goes down 1, population goes down 1. And then the ship's removed from play. It will move towards the closest civilian ship in clockwise direction if there's a tie. So the ship is here, it's going to go here. If the ship was here and there's no one to fight, then it's going to go here. And finally, if there are no civilian ships and no Vipers to fight, it's just going to shoot at Galactica. It takes an 8 for a Raider to hurt the Galactica. It takes a 4 or more for the Basestar to do it. So, Galactica gets damaged, we pull from one of these round markers. If it shows a location, that location is damaged. No one can go there, anyone who was there goes to sickbay. Some cards show a resource like fuel or food, which will reduce the resource by 1, and then remove that token from the game. If the 6 location damage for Galactica are all out there, then the humans lose. Galactica's been blown to bits. Alright, let's reset these for the demonstration. Where's that? There we go. Sometimes the ship might show the Basestar shooting, in which case the Basestar will attack the Galactica. I believe it only gets 1 shot, though. Or it might get 3 because of the actual number of symbols there. Rolls 1 die for each Basestar in play. So if there's 2 in play for whatever reason, It gets shot twice. And finally, there's the heavy Basestar symbol. Not the heavy Basestar, heavy Raider. It's that one. When that happens, any heavy Raiders in play will try to move towards the nearest Viper launch icon. If there aren't any in play, they will launch from a Basestar. And then try to move towards the Viper launch icon. And then from here, they board as a Centurion. And then when Heavy Raiders activate, every Centurion moves one closer to the humans' loot space. Try to get to the armory and knock them out before that happens. Once the ships have been activated, there may be a symbol that says that here in the bottom right. That is the prepare for jump. If it shows that symbol, it moves the jump preparation token one step to the left or right. Sorry. Yeah. If it moves to the auto jump space, it clears everything. Vipers go back into the hangar. The civilian ships go away at no penalty. The Cylon ships go away. You're in the clear. And then we'll get to the getting destination stuff here in a minute. It's possible to jump early by using FTL control if it's not been wrecked. You have to roll a 6 or better. If you fail to do so, you lose that many population. You've got a bit to work with early on, but try not to let it go too low. From this point, you lose 3. From this point, you lose 1. At the auto jump point, nothing happens for losing population. You just jump, and you're all good to go. Alright. There's going to be crisis cards that come up that don't require the skill check. Like it'll say President chooses. Other things that happen are the cards that show the Cylon's battle formation. But it'll also add Vipers, civilian ships. It might also do a special rule like every Basestar automatically attacks Galactica, like right now. Alright. If the current player is a revealed Cylon, they do not get to activate Cylon ships or do the prepare for jump step. But at the end of the turn, it'll be the next player's turn. Play passes to player to the left. Other things that can happen during the game. As part of the setup for the game, someone will be declared the president. They will have a starting quorum hand of 1. Quorum cards do some weird stuff. As an action, you can draw a quorum card into your hand. You can use the President's Office to draw a quorum card, and then either draw an additional quorum card or play one from hand. You can also use administration to nominate someone else to be president and as a test of loyalty to see if they're going to use the quorum card to actually help or not use it and be absolutely useless for a turn because they're the Cylon. The line of succession starts with Laura Roslin, and it goes down from there. There's a whole line in the back. But usually there's a starting political leader in a 3-player game. There better be. If not, it's going to come down to the line of succession. Likewise, the Admiral position starts with William Adama, and then there's a whole line of succession going from there. The Admiral has access to the 2 nuke tokens. They are 1 use per game. And as an action, you can launch a nuke at a Basestar and do anywhere from damage to destruction. Potential collateral damage against the Raiders as well. When the fleet jumps, the Admiral is the person who takes the 2 destination cards and decides which one to go with. They're all going to cost fuel, and that's going to be the biggest pain in the butt in this game. Because if your fuel gets low enough and you didn't get far enough, you are screwed. So, you can either go 2 distance at the cost of a fuel and a morale, or 3 distance at the cost of 1 fuel, and then place a Basestar and 3 Raiders in front of Galactica and 3 civilian ships behind it. Regardless, the distance will be placed underneath Cobalt. The unchosen card goes to the bottom. At some point, you'll end up with at least 4 distance. When that happens, activate the sleeper agent phase. Your sympathizer card and the rest of the deck, shuffled together, will be dealt out. Whoever holds your sympathizer card has to reveal it immediately. If at least 1 resource is at half full or lower, as in the red, you are immediately moved to the brig. Otherwise, you become a revealed Cylon player. You do not receive a Super Crisis card and may not activate the Cylon Fleet location. Alright. Yeah, while you're in the brig, you don't get to move or draw crisis cards or add more than 1 skill card. You do not want to be here if you are actually the Cylon. It's like the worst place to be. However, if the humans are kind of screwed at anything, they'll have an extra human player to help with. But at some point during the game, someone may choose to reveal that they're the Cylon player. They can do their action, reveal this card. If you're not in the brig, you can reduce morale by 1. You then move to the resurrection ship. Alright, so revealing that you're a Cylon after doing your action. Alright. First off, you'll discard down to 3 skill cards if you have more than 3. If you had any title cards, they're given to a different player. Admiral, President. Oh, yeah. If the Admiral ever goes to the brig, then it goes down the line of succession. The President, however, can remain President even while in the brig. The character will move their ship to the resurrection ship location. They receive a Super Crisis card, which is anywhere from a serious test to battle formation from hell. And then they end their turn. Current player token is passed. They don't draw a crisis card at the end of their turn. It just moves. And then on following turns, the Cylon player draws any 2 cards they want. They can move to any other Cylon location and take an action there. Revealed Cylons may not perform other actions, such as skill cards or quorum cards. All the abilities listed on a revealed Cylon player's character sheet are also ignored. So, on his next turn, he moves to Caprica and plays the Super Crisis of inbound nukes. Now, the Cylon player is limited to playing only a single skill card, but it might be enough to turn the tide towards failure. The sooner people realize who's on their side, the sooner they need to get their strategy together on working together and getting things in order. Yeah. They can also play crisis cards from Caprica as well. They can use the Cylon fleet if they're not the sympathizer to activate all the Cylon ships of one type or launch raiders from a Basestar. They can action in the human fleet to look at anyone's hand and steal a skill card. And then roll a die to potentially damage Galactica. Or they can discard their Super Crisis to draw a new one. And then, if distance is 7 or less, give their unrevealed loyalty cards to any player. Once the distance reaches 8, all the players have to do is, let's say they've got their 8. All the players have to do is make one last jump to win. If they jump early and lose population, and as long as it doesn't take them to 0, they're fine. And that's how the humans will win. Other stuff I have probably missed here. Piloting. So, let's see. 1 minute. So, piloting Vipers. You'll know you're able to pilot a Viper because you'll have a red token with your picture on it. You'll take a Viper from reserves and launch from one of the 2 locations using the hangar deck action. You may then take one more action. So we're going to start chasing the raiders. Of course, if they activate, I'm probably screwed. You can still move as normal, or you can move to the back to the Galactica or the Colonial 1. To do so, you have to discard a skill card. If the fleet jumps, you automatically return. During the action step, you can activate your Viper to attack. To attack a Basestar with a Viper, you need to roll an 8. So good luck with that. Against a Raider, it's a 3-up. Against a Heavy Raider, the 7. If you're ever shot down in your Viper, the Viper is either damaged or destroyed. Your character ends up in the sick bay. So fly carefully. And that should be it. Yeah, damaged areas can't be used, and I think that should cover most of it. So, why do I like this game? Because this is probably one of my favorite hidden trader type of games ever. And I'm not sure if this is the one that did it first, or even the one that does it best. But it's the one that I've probably played the most. And I love the experience of it. I've never really gotten into the show, but I really feel like if this is what it would be like to be a character in that series, it'd be pretty interesting. Probably very stressful too, because dealing with, you know, crisis after more Cylon ships showing up after crisis. It's it's exciting, but also challenging and stressful at times. Oh yeah, I didn't mention the raptors. There are things that let you risk raptors to potentially get more resources. Where is it? Yeah. Like you can launch a raptor as a scout with a tactics card to look at the top card of the crisis or destination deck and put them on the bottom. Other locations can make you risk a raptor if you want to potentially gain fuel or food or something. And then as far as scaling the difficulty, it's possible as part of a new game. For people playing this game the first time, starting the resources too higher gives the humans more of a chance to at least learn the game and understand some of the nuances before delving into the standard game. Or once they feel like they've got their shit together, play the challenge of starting with 2 less resources of each. Fuel is going to be especially risky because you need it to get to the destinations. So you're going to need to make the most of whatever can let you get extra fuel somehow. But yeah, Battlestar Galactica. Good luck finding a copy. I was very lucky to find this one at where I found it. It is not cheap. It's this particular concept has been revisited with Unfathomable, which is this but with Cthulhu. And then the skill card system has been revisited with New Angeles, set in the Android universe. I've featured that before. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If you play it, try it out. Try it out with these characters. Try it out with some of the other ones. I don't know why Baltar is my favorite when he's like a coward, but and likely to be the Cylon. But I just love this game. It's awesome. All right, thanks very much for watching. It's been Pillar Nexus. I'll see you next time.